Hi guys, my name is Tonio Kibz, a radio presenter at Homeboy's Radio, and I host the show Morning Breakfast Show every weekday from 6 to 10 a.m. and this is Get to Know Your Presenter.
Hello, my name is Hani Petra, and today on Get to Know Your Presenter, we are joined by the amazing Tonio Kibz. Tony, thank you for joining us.
Thank you too for having me, Maze.
Please tell us your full name and how it was for you growing up.
Okay, so thank you for having me. My name is Tonio Kibz. Jina usanii ni Tonio Kibz, but my governments are Tonio Kibz. So I'm a radio presenter, podcaster, content creator, mufanya kila kitu, but basically I call myself a multi-hyphenate. So basically nafanya vitu mingi. Yeah, and I grew up in Kisumu by the way. I was actually, unaweza fikiri you can clearly see I grew up in Kisumu. Yeah, I grew up in Kisumu. I lived there for about 15 years. Went to primary there, high school nikaenda in Nax. And then uni I was actually doing engineering.
Okay.
Alafu walikuwa nasema wewe ni superstar sana, wezi hii course yako unajua. So later on went on did business and here I am now.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about your childhood. How was it? Were you like one of those adventurous children? Were you a quiet child? And like how many siblings you have?
Okay. So my childhood, I have one sibling,
yes.
A younger sibling, my sister. She's 20 years old right now. And I was actually a very silent kid.
Oh, wow.
Most of my friends were talkative, were storytellers, nini. That's why, like, I come from a place where kila mtu alikuwa storyteller. Wasee tu tunaona, but the reason why I was a silent guy, I was shy because walikuwa wananidis. Because I have a heavy tongue. Unaona. So like I used to find it so sikuwa naweza ongea because every time niongea wanaanza kunidis. Unajua na watoto, kids have no filters. Unaona. Watu wao wanakuambia kitu vile iko. So like growing up, nilikuwa na grow up tu nikiwa silent guy. And then later on ndo nilikuja kupata hiyo confidence ya kubonga. Like I always had things to say. Always nimekuwa na vitu za kusema, but now when it comes to speaking nilikuwa naogopa. So kitu kama hiyo, most people go for speech therapy, connection to speech therapy. But me nilijifanyia, like ni talent mob tu yani, so I did it for myself.
Impressive. So what did young Kibz want to be when he grew up?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, I wanted to be an engineer. Yeah, I literally even pass exams zote mbaya, pass my exams. I even went to UN and I started doing engineering. But then now usanii kakuja kanishika. But the funny thing is I was always that storyteller, talkative guy kwa group. Hata like tukiwa engineering, like wase wako hivi wanataka ku have fun, they look to my side. Ama wanataka tuende wapi tutembee tukiongea, it was always me. So growing up I always wanted to be an engineer, but nika realize it's not really my thing. Like naweza imaliza nikitaka, but nilifika third year nikaacha. Nilifika third year nikaacha. I was like 2 more years, 5 years. But now niko sure my younger self ungekuwa like you actually chose the right thing, unajua.
So for people who don't know, Kibz has an online skit, like you said, you're multi-talented, and you do it with Mark Cog.
Yes, I shoot videos with him too, yeah.
So tell us how that came about, how the two of you met, and how you decided this is our thing.
Yeah. Okay, so other than the videos I shoot, I also have a podcast with other people which I'll tell you about. But with Cog, Mark, actually, he was shooting before. He's older than me. He used to shoot before me. So mimi nilikuwa naangalia videos zake, niko like alikuwa na shoot na kina Seth Gore. So I was like, na Seth Gore alikuwa ananibamba, so niko like hii ni stuff nataka kufanya, because I also started doing the skits that we do, the funny skits. We started doing it mimi personally nilianza just nikimaliza form 4. No. So when I just finished form 4, that was the first time I did my first video. nikatumia wasee nikauliza what do you think about the video? Only my friends sikuwa nimepost. Na hiyo time Instagram pia ndio ilikuwa tu imeanza kukam nini. So later on through I just DM'd him. Alafu tukapatana because I used to now shoot with other guys, my friends. I do a job na Jackie. So shooting with these guys ilifanya mpaka sasa tukaanza kushoot like videos zetu zikaanza kumove. Then we were linking up with different people. So Mark Koigi Kogmark was one of the guys we also linked up with. Tukafanya collab. Then the more tunafanya collab, the more tunaona kuna chemistry, kuna kila kitu. And the journey has actually been so long. Tulikuwa wengi, kila mtu amekuwa tu waki. So unajua watu wanaingia in the career paths nini. But then sisi ndo tulistick to the vision. So here we are, tulijipata sasa tuna shoot videos pamoja, tunafanya hizo vitu zote. So that's basically been it. Na tumekuwa na milestones zetu which has actually made us become even closer. But most importantly the chemistry ndo hata mimi sijai feel na anyone else, maybe except my girlfriend. Yeah.
How was it when you released your first video?
First video?
Yes.
Released the first video or the first video that hit? The first video that I released?
Okay, you can tell us both.
Okay, let me tell you both. So the first video that I released nilikuwa peke yangu, and I was actually quite surprised that wase wengi kulikuwa na so many reactions, watu walikuwa wamebambika nayo. So me I thought maybe wana support a newbie. Unajua watu kupush tu ndo career isianguke sasa. Hawezi anza kushout career msena ashaanza ameanza tu. So that's what I thought. But then later on nikiendelea kushuno nikarealize by the way this stuff ni kali. But then the first video that iliwahi take off kabisa actually ni kitambo sana. It was some mosquito video, but the feeling has always been the same, like for every video you may hit, because for some reason unaanza kuona the changes that come. Kuna respect wasi wanaanza kukupatia different. Kama msee alikuwa na kuaddress even someone who doesn't know you, and then people notice you everywhere, like kama ni tao, kama ni wapi, you'll see someone looking at you from anakuangalia alafu anajifanya kuangalia. Kenyans don't really approach you, so anakuangalia anajifanya but then unajua. So I've gotten more of that, but now I'm used to it. But hiyo feeling inakuanga different. Una feeling nikaa umeachieve kitu, una feel ka happiness fulani huwezi pata from anything else, maybe unless I don't know.
Do you consider yourself a comedian?
Yes, I do. Actually, I do, because as a matter of fact, end of the year nitakuwa nafanya stand-up comedy. I want to get into stand-up comedy. So end of the year nitakuwa nafanya stand-up, and nitaanza na a private audience kwanza, because sijui kama naweza enda kwa stage kubwa. But then now for the podcast that I do is the Sandwich Podcast with my other co-hosts. Tumefanya live shows, tumefanya live recordings with an audience and everything. So being on stage si shida. But now when you're doing stand up, lazima u get reaction kutoka mtu, because si lazima uchekeshe wase. Any reaction is a win for stand up comedian. So yeah, me ujiona kama comedian, the skits I do are funny, and how I speak to myself at night, I'm ujichekesha mbaya. So yeah, I'm actually sure I'm a comedian.
You've mentioned the Sandwich Podcast several times.
Yes.
So please tell us more about that, how it came to be, and why you chose the group of people that you host with as compared to anyone else.
So for the podcast, the Sandwich Podcast, we started in 2020, time of COVID. So actually the reason why ilianza ni because your time, just as I mentioned, nilikuwa nimeacha engineering. Nimeacha chuo. So tuko home, COVID imekam, so then I promised my parents niaje mimi nitarudi chuo after COVID. COVID ikiisha watu kirudi shule, I'll be back. Nimeona huko nje nilikula shida huko nje, no money, no nothing. So nikaona man ni crazy, I have to go back. But then I didn't want to. So sasa COVID enda kuisha, one of my friends anaitwa Owen pia, actually hiyo idea tulikaa chini na yeye, alafu akaniambia by this tuanzishe podcast nini. Nikamwambia by this is a good idea nini. So things just happened. Now I looked at it from a point of inika kuchagua superheroes. Like ukiangalia superheroes hautaenda na kila msee mwenye ana nini fire. You have to get one person who does fire, mwingine ana get invisible. Like lazima uwe na hiyo variety. So I looked at the kind of characters we'll have, because hapo hakuna kitu, ni characters too. So I looked at one of my friends and I'm funny. Owen akona mambo yake, kila mtu akona style yake. And then we also have now John Melly, of course, pia. So with that tulifanya our first episode, and the first episode ili blow up, like surprisingly. The first episode kila mse alikuwa anapenda. Tukaendelea kufanya, then later on vitu zika happen, tumeachieve so much as time has gone by. Tumekuwa Spotify ilitupea grant fulani, na Spotify walitoa data yao wakasema we're the most listened to on Spotify in Kenya, and actually Africa. We're not ningesema hata number 1, because sisi country yetu ndo walitoa 4 podcasts, then see us being one of the 4. So as I imagine in Africa, Spotify to go high up there. Yeah, to have challenges zetu, but then now that's one of the projects Nico really proud of, one of them.
How was that feeling, getting named by Spotify as the most listened to podcast? Because that's not small feat.
Yeah.
How was that feeling, and how did you guys celebrate it?
Well, your feeling siwezi kudanganya. Mimi nilikuwa naifanya for the grind. Mimi nilikuwa natoroka kurudia ni chuo. So for me haikuwa ati nilikuwa naifanya ndio wow, I want to be the best. Ilikuwa man it's either to make it ama to make it. So kusikia hiyo nilifeel like enyewe what we've been working for a minute, because it's taken so many years. It's just been this year ndo nimiwa na wakatupea the grant. Man, it's been 3 years. So hizo 3 years umekuwa ukikaa tu ukichill unangoja unapiga tu, hata pesa iko inaingia kwa sababu kuna msenso wa trust pia bado yet. Alafu podcasting is still young in the industry, as entertainment industry. So your feeling ni different because una feel ni kama umekuwa rewarded. It's even better than kupewa do. Well, of course, but yani your feeling ni for an artist, that's the feeling which is that Kenya ulianzisha from scratch imekuwa something that everyone is recognizing. Yeah, so nilifeel tu your kind of satisfaction, kuna some kind of reward nilipata inside. Yeah.
Did you guys as a group celebrate it?
Yeah, we did. Tulienda for lunch, tulienda kuhang out na kuongea, because pia hatukufanya anything major really, but then now kila msali celebrate kwao na familia yake. Alafu pia tukapatana we went out for lunch, cocktails nini, tukaongea. And it was more of like, guys, it's happening, unajua, it's coming. It was more of that, not like tumefika. It was like, so sasa hilo tunaekelea kazi sasa, you know. So yeah, we really hang out too. Yeah.
So starting out in both the podcast world and the skits world, who are some of the people like you used to look up to or be like, I'm going to be like you, or I'm coming for this?
Well, actually, me meet so many young people who say that, you know, who tell me like, bro, ishi tunafanya nika hata mimi nadai kufanya. And actually the thing is, after we did our podcast, most now people started doing podcasts. That's what I noticed, because we showed people that it's not hard. Number one, doesn't take so much. Alafu pia especially kuinvest kipesa. Kuna people who hire studios these days. Sisi tulianza kwa servants quarter, where mimi nilikuwa na shooting skits bado since way back. So nichukua mic yangu nikaeka nikaambia usitu bonge. Then later on vitu zikaingiana, we went to a studio. So me feel fiti sana nikiona kitu kayo, because na feel that's the mark I may have left in the world. Unajua, like maybe purpose yangu ilikuwa ku make kitu ikuwe big huku and pia like in Africa. So like yeah, it feels so good. Feels so good.
Okay, before you started, are there people you used to look up to and be like,
oh, nataka accounts?
Yes.
Well, I can't lie to you, man. Not in Kenya. Like Kenya sijaona bado mse, because me vision yangu ni different. Like sidhani kuna mse hapo anafanya Kenya nadai kufanya. But yes, of course, maju. I love people like kuna mse anaitwa Donald Glover, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
A multi-hyphenate pia, like actually hapo ndo nilitoa hiyo jina. This guy used to do stand-up, this guy sings, this guy raps, this guy ako kwa movies, he writes movies, and because that's also one of the things I want to do in future. I want to have a production company and do shows, like do my own shows, do my own skits, like not even small scale, but now movie, a big production thing. So Donald Glover ni one of them. Dave Chappelle, especially he come kwa comedy, you need number one. So like I really like his style of comedy. I like how calm he is. I like how he doesn't really like si lazima kupatia ati joke, but he knows how to get into your mind. So like those are the two people ninaangalianga nasema I love people who are multi-talented and they're doing everything. Sipenagi si ati sipendi, but someone who's just doing one thing, because even Dave Chappelle right now has amefanya Chappelle show na ni production company yake. So amefanya pia ma stand up na special production company yake bado nimeproduce. And saya kuna podcast by the inaitwa the midnight gospel something midnight so like I love people who do things na wanazifanya zote, wanazijuggle, wanazibalance, not see at ameacha moja, and they're good at everything they're doing. So those are the two people I really look up to.
Amazing. I know you've told us so many of your amazing qualities, but we want to know what sets you apart from other people in the industry, and also what sets the Sandwich podcast apart from other podcasts in the country.
Interesting question. So what I feel that sets me aside from other people is unajua kuna ile kitu ndani yako unajuanga hii hakuna msako nayo. Like I just feel like I'm different, especially because of how I can do things easily. Like msata kuja kuniambia Kibz mazee tuliona kile ulifanya jana hiyo video ilikuwa kali nini man but for me I just woke up nikasikia kufanya kitu nikaifanya because it was in my mind. Alafu unajua bringing something that's on your mind to life ni different. Like most of the time watu wengi, the reason why watu wengi hata huwa waifanyi vizuri ni juu ni ngumu sana ku get what's on your mind exactly the way it is. So your ability ya ku bring anything in my mind to life then I feel it different, because even the podcast one time ilikuwa tu an idea. Haikuwa no one gave two shits about us. So hakuna mtu alipata jali kutuhusu until tukaanza sasa kufanya kitu like stuff yetu ikaanza kuwa kubwa. So there's that. And also you asked about the what sets the podcast aside. Man, even now in normal, like it's actually entertaining from the beginning to the end. The only one thing iko na hiyo retention because the individuals are their own selves. Ni characters wenye you could never write. This is like ini come to andike sitcom, andike show, a very fictional show na kupatia. So nani improv, we never write anything. Guys just come and speak. That's how different it is. Watu wengine wako na hata topics zingine unakaa unasema kama guys nasikia kuongelea kitu hii iliniapenia manini, then we talk about it. But then now you see it's funny how there's a good chemistry and it's improv too. So that's what sets everything aside. Yeah.
So tell us more about the transition from making skits and comedy into working with one of the best, not even one of the best media house in Kenya,
yes.
Radio Africa.
Yeah, so the transition wasn't really hard, especially now that I'm at Homeboy's Radio, the breakfast show. The transition in the beginning just because radio ni different na podcast. Podcast tunaingianga tunaongea. Radio uko na short span ya kubonga. Kuna hizo ma talk break, ma links uko na short one kufanya, and then you actually have to hit mahali piga na utoke. So kuna so many things you also I had to learn, especially kani kulearn desk na kulearn kuna protocols za radio zenye lazima ujue. Alafu pia the biggest thing sasa ni uko na so much freedom kwa podcasting. Naweza sema kitu yote nataka. Huku siwezi sema kitu yote. I'm literally talking to the nation. So hakuna venye nitakuja nianze kusema to anything na ni tusi watu vile watu wanafanya huko. So it's different. Alafu that transition from kufanya skits, podcasting na nini to here, it wasn't pia hard because I was already in the scene, the entertainment industry. So like ilikuwa tu a matter of kukam, kuona kenye na happen na kuingiza sa staff yangu ijel. So I feel like it's not been really hard just to get the protocols na vitu kadhaa. Yeah.
Had you ever dreamed of working on radio? No, actually before we even get into that, please tell us, how did you find yourself at Radio Africa?
Well, from vile tu nimekushow, the podcast ili blow up kila kitu nini, alafu sasa unajua ni individual characters nini. One day nilikuwa nimechill tu, nikapigiwa simu, kaambiwa we tunapenda kazi yako, we like what you're doing nini. And then if you're interested, unaweza come, we see what you can do hapo kwa radio nini. So I was like, hey bana, niko very unemployed. I'm just doing my thing. So yeah, I came through, nikaongea nao nini. Then nikaingia, like, it didn't take much really, but the work that was to be put in had already been put in. Like, watu walishaona kinyo unaweza fanya. So it's a matter of kuileta tu hapa. Yeah.
Had you ever dreamed of being on radio?
Nisema ukweli ama ndanganya. Can I lie on this show?
No, we want to know the real Tonio Kibz.
The truth?
Yes.
Well, no. Like, and not no because that is kwa nataka. I was just like, I never saw myself as that guy. Nilikuwa na feelingi, for real, niamke niende kubongesha wase. Hata naambia wase nini. Unajua, because I was also shy from the beginning, so it was, if anything, radio haikuwa sapa on my mind because of venye nilikuwa hata mshy kitambo nini. But then nikai accept vile nilisikia hivyo, nikajipicture in it, nikasema because later on sasa nilianza kusikiza radio. Afu nasikiza nasema, umse yako hapa na anaongea hivi. Umse, it's not like amenichekesha, amenibamba. Na ako hapa. Like, okay, maybe the person is good, but mimi na feel naweza fanya better. Unaona, nipatie hiyo mic tuende na umse saa hii tuongeleshe nation. Tuone nani anaweza. Tunaweza fanya hivi, but then you know, like, speaking is actually an art. It's not kuongea si kuongea tu. Because unaweza amka uongee sawa, lakini huja move anyone. But then now, like, when you see it as an art, you know how to play with your words, you know how to intrigue someone, you know how to hook someone. Na unajua tu kufanya kila kitu, like, when it comes to speaking. So later on ndo nilianza kujiona hivyo, but from the beginning I can't even lie to you, it wasn't a thing that nilikuwa nasema natakuwa.
Okay. Do tell us more about what you do at Homeboy's Radio and your show.
Yeah. So at Homeboy Radio, I'm at the breakfast show from 6 to 10 a.m. with my co-host Jimani. Yeah, Jimani. So what we just do, man, it's a young show, not a young show as in show imekuanga, but basically our audience initially should be young guys, and you can have very young audience, and also pia kuna older people who are listening in. But yeah, our show is actually one of the biggest breakfast shows right now in the country, and what we do, it's just fun, ni vibes, alafu pia iko na humor yake, you know, if you like, if kawa ni msoa unapenda tu vitu funny show funny, kitu yenye inaweza fanya morning yako ikuwe a bit brighter than it was, that's the place to be.
You work with Jimani. Jimani is a big name. He's been in the industry for years.
Yeah.
How does it feel being in the same space as someone like that?
I can't even lie to you. The first time nilikuwa nimetense because I initially came here as a guest actually at the show. Nilikuja ka guest asubuhi. So nikikuja ka guest hata sikuwa naongea sana, nilikuwa nimechill. But then nikajiuliza, kama ungekuwa kwa show ungefanyaje? Nikasema come on, stop it, your brain yangu ina try kuniambia vitu mingi, like of course huwezi kuja hapa. But then later on ikakam, niko like, oh, so it's happening. Niko like, wow, sawa. And unajua mimi napenda kubonga hivi, mi hata mambo ya English mob haikuangi stuff yangu, but then nimeifanya, like naifanya, si hata ikasijui. But then now unaangalia kuwa na mseka huyo, mseka na amework on radio for like I don't know how many years, even more years than I've lived, because alikuwa BBC, akona professionalism crazy. Alafu pia another thing, experience yake ni out of this world, because sasa sidhani kuna mseka akona better experience than yeye. So working with him ni different, lazima uko on your A game pia, because yeye best believer ataleta A game yake, because ameifanya for so long, iko hapa. So wewe ukiwa down, msee anaweza sikia tu msee ako down. So like inakuweka pia pressure, you have to keep up. Ni kama sana kimbia na wewe bado ndo unakimbia kiasi na msee ako used to running every morning. Lazima keep up. And yeah, thank God zuri man, vitu zina move vizuri. Chemistry imekam, kila kitu iko fiti. Kuwork na yeye, so nina look forward to getting better of course na through expertise yake. Yeah.
How was your chemistry at first when you started? I know you said you were a guest and you were scared and you were nervous. When you were given the show and you were told this is yours, how were the first weeks?
So I can't even lie, it wasn't that hard because now after he came as a guest, tulianza kubonga kiasi. He became my friend. No. So like I could meet him occasionally, maybe like kwa hizi ma event ama nini ama kuna time tu ningepatana na yeye tu like for a meeting or something because there's other business tumefanya huko nje. So the chemistry haikuwa ngumu at first, but then kuna kitu ilikuwa na mimi. There was a feel there's like something missing. The chemistry wasn't 100, unaona. So sasa pia bado tuna work on it, like imekuwa way better, chemistry imekam, but then like at first ilikuwa hard kiasi, especially now tuko 3 guys in the show. Ilikuwa different, ilikuwa tough. Yeah.
Your show is called The Power Up.
Yeah,
right?
Power Up. Yes.
What does it take to make The Power Up like the best morning show?
So it takes a lot. Number one, it takes talent. Inataka msee mwenyewe. Pia lazima unaweza fanya show. Unajua like usikue tu na movie. Of course pia like experience ya G ni crazy, so that's he brings all that, he tells you what. Pia anaweza kushow ulifanya hivi usifanye hivyo, fanya hivi kinyo umefanya ni fiti, unaona. So another thing it takes ni good prep. So lazima uprep, lazima ujue stories zako ni gani, lazima ujue stories zako na stories zako zikuwe kali, usikuwe tu unaambiwa say anything. So we really do deep research and prep for the show, so that's what makes it actually one of the best morning shows in the country right now.
What time do you get up to be here for the show?
Once again, naweza danganya ama niseme ukweli. But anyway, I wake up, my alarm is set for 4. My alarm. But then mimi na snooze. So for our contract here, you're supposed to come 1 hour earlier. So let me just say I'm usually here on time. But one in a snooze alarm yangu sana. And yeah, I try to make it on time most of the times. So na show inaanza 6, so unaweza imagine. So yeah, I make it in good time.
Is Kibz even a morning person?
Yeah, so for the longest time nimekuwa morning person. But it's because I was used to waking up so early when I was in high school. Alafu nikiwa uni, sikuwa naamka mapema sana, but then in uni nilikuwa na stress more. So at some point kuna time nilikuwa nasema nina battle my demons, unaona. Na battle my demons at 3 am. So sikuwa nalala. Hata nikilala naweza lala like even if I slept like 10 or 11, I still wake up at 2 or 3. I was so restless. So sikuwa naweza lala. Na si ati nilikuwa weekend, unajua the weekend don't
no rest for the weekend.
So yeah man, like for me waking up has never been an issue for me. No, I'm mapema most of the time and when I want to. So yeah.
What's one of the best things, or top 3 things that you have learned working with Jimani?
Number one thing, most importantly, nimelearn ni professionalism. Lazima uwe unafanya vitu zako like 100%. Hakuna 95, 99. Like fanya kazi yako vizuri, maliza. If you want to do this, maliza your stuff. Alafu another thing is time. Time ni key man. Time is very important. Especially nimeona hata like tukiwa na guest anasema anachelewa nini, tunamwambia ishia man, atu up show tena. Juu sasa show yako iko set for 8, nini interview yako ni ya 8, umekam 8:30. It means we have other things we're supposed to be doing. So kaa kukuja time yako haita work. So another thing is timeliness. Alafu the third thing ningesema working with him and Milan, man, believe in yourself. Like lazima believe in yourself always. Like kenye unafanya it's not wrong. Kani wrong when unafikiri ni wrong. It's all about your perspective. Si ya mse mwingine. Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, if Jimani wasn't your co-host, who's like the one person you would want to host the show with?
It's crazy because I had this question juzi. There's a number of people, but then one person mimi ningesema ningekuwa na show na ni King'ang'i. I love funny people. Me napenda kukaa around funny people. Because even Jimani pia ni funny. Like pia kuna comedy yake ni different. Pia King'ang'i ule ni mse hata his name precedes him. Unajua? Like huyo ndo mse ningesema ni mse ningekaa naye tu chill hivi tu. It could have been a chill show. But comedy ni tungepiga hapo ingekuwa different. Yeah.
What was your family's reaction when you told them, guys, I've bagged this. I have a show with Homeboy's Radio.
Well, my mom was actually very excited. Masangu, for the longest time, alikuwa kiniombea tu. Kwanza unajua walikuwa wameshaona Homeboys anaweza kuwa failure vile ameacha shule, unajua. So walikuwa shasema Homeboys, you will never make it. Nikasema sawa, nitatafuta. Yeah, man, walimu wa maths walisema sasa niko hapa. So and my mom was actually very, very happy, excited. I was like, yeah. But then my dad, on the other hand, hata sikumwambia. Nilianza show tu. Nilikuja show nikafanya narudi home. Anashangaa Homeboys anamka mapema kuenda mahali, ajui naenda wapi. But then later on, alikuja kuambiwa na mabishi zake, and also my mom told him. But then for him, I didn't get his first hand reaction ever. But it's cause for the longest time amekuwa msana believe in school. Shule ndo ni everything kwake. So nilikuwa like, what's the point? Unajua, kasi hii ndo kitu yenye anatakanga, what's the point of telling him? But right now, vile ana react na vile ana move, unajua pia wanaume atuambia niange vitu kama hizo. Naambia mse poa, kofiti, ama you know, ama like tuna kucheki. So for him anakuanga tu like ko sawa, ko tu sawa. So I guess he's happy.
You've never like asked him or whether he listens to your show or anything?
Yeah, I know my mom plays the show in the morning wakienda job, so anasikizanga. But then pia nilirealize that his friends listen in and they tell him. But then so sijuangi hata like honestly inakuanga tu like wewe sikiza ukitaka by the way.
What are some of like the best reactions you've gotten either from friends or family in regards to the show? Like you killed the show and then like they call and they're like, bro, or you fumbled. Like what are some of the reactions?
Well, kuna day nilifumble, unajua nilikwambia kuna protocols and everything. Alafu pia unapata at this point kuna vitu wezi sema on radio, on air. No. Kama basi you come tabibu, kama kusema kitu kama fuck. Kama kuna day nilisema fuck. Hey, baka boys wangu later on, my boys wangu wa home, so there's a place I chill with my boys. They were like, hey Buddha, unataka kuharibu job? Like even my boss were like, hey Buddha, are you serious right now? You know. So there's that. Alafu pia kuna stories that nimesema there's a time, you know, there's a segment I do. It's called You're Never Gonna Believe This, when it's my story. It's a story time. But then kitu ina happen ni kuna day nilipeana some story of, and it was a true story, my experience when I was traveling to Kitui. Ilifika point hadi best yangu ako kwa radio, alafu akapata msee si kwa radio, ako kwa Uber, anapata msee Uber anasikiza radio. Alafu akamuuliza, bro, unajua ni boys wangu? Alikuwa anasikiza Homeboys wa msee show. Akasema, anamjua. Hata juzi ametuambia story nyingine hapa vile alipotea huko Kitui. And that boy that mwenye aliingia kwa hiyo Uber tulikuwa na yeye. You know, and he wasn't listening. So he was like, yani umse anajua na anakumbuka hiyo story yako. So for him alikuwa mind blown that. Hata mimi nilikuwa mind blown that easy stories na stick. Kuna hiyo recall. Mse anakumbuka, mse ana look forward to the same thing kesho. No, that's the thing. Lazima reward audience yako. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like you have sort of answered what was going to be my next question, but I still would like to know, what is some of your best and worst moments on air?
Best moments on air, worst moments, hata sijafikiria. Well, siwezi danganya, one of the worst moments on air ni time nilikuwa ninajua that tunaenda co-host wangu anapelekwa, Brian sasa anapelekwa to another show. So I was like, oh damn. So nimebaki na jimani hivi one kupiga show. Na mse ujua amepiga show for years. Mimi on the other hand. So niko like, wow, sawa. So I have to actually put my head in the game, unajua. Alafu worst moment, best moment on air, on radio. Best moment. Kama tungepatiwa KFC hiyo time kwa tunafanya hadi ya KFC ningepata kutupea. But another thing, best moments on radio, best moment on air. There's this time we had Robo Runs in studio. We also had Silverstone Buzz. Hao ni the OGs sasa. Robo Runs pia kuna show on Saturday on Homeboys actually, but he doesn't do it here. He does it in another place. not even in Kenya. So alikam, kulikuwa na Sylvester Sounds walikam, so those are the initial walianzisha tu, walianza na Homeboys. So ilikuwa mind blowing kuona wase, alafu najua pia sasa Sylvester wako na accent za Kijamaica wanaongea. So nilikuwa like wow, this is different. Unajua ningeka home singekuwa na asika, but now that I was there nilikuwa excited kuona tu, na pia every time ninakuanga na wasanii different wanaona come on air, ninakuanga the best, and because mimi napenda kuchill na artists na creatives, so I feel happier when I'm chilling with creatives. Yeah.
Top 3 people you would love to interview in your career.
Number 1, of course, Prezo and
but when you say Prezo, do you mean the artist?
Not Prezo. No. His Excellency, not Prezo the artist. So His Excellency President William Samuel Ruto, only one of the people ningetaka ku have sana kwa show like. So unani limit to Kenya ama anywhere in the world?
Anywhere.
Number 2, Thames na she has a special place in my heart. Naona hapo kama si Masango angekuwa number 1. Unajua, but she's number 2, 3 hapo. Like I really love Thames because I used to listen to her music before I blow up. So the first few music nilikuwa nasikilizia SoundCloud. Nilimdiscover, it's how you discover a new artist. Alafu ana blow up, alafu sasa kila mtu anamjua, alafu uko like So yeah, I wish ningekuwa naweza msikiza peke yangu, hata kitoa ngoma na nitumie tu directly kwa simu nisikize solo. So James is also one of them, and another person now is Burna Boy, out of this world. Yule msee, in fact, hata wish ungeniambia hata wasi watano ningekuambia, but Burna Boy pia ni one of the people. Pia nilikuwa namsikiza tangu kitambo. Pia Donald Glover, by the way, acha tu niongeze wewe, ningetaka kusikia Kenya anafikiria.
I'm surprised he wasn't your number 1 person.
No. Yeye akistaki hata radio interview pekee. That's why I didn't even mention him. Like nataka a full experience. Twende lunch tuongee. Twende hadi tupige bash na tuongee. Like ule ni msanii ningetaka kuspend a week or a month with him, because I could never get enough from just an interview, you know, because time is limited. Yeah. Okay. Any self-power.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. What's the one thing a fan has ever done that like completely blew your mind and you were like, wow? Have you had one of those experiences yet?
You might have more, but then you might have so many fun experiences. And are you saying this is in regards to radio, or like anything?
Anything. This is you. This is get to know you.
Okay. So the thing is, there's this time nilipatana na fan, but sikuwa najua ni fan. It was a chick. So nilikuwa nimechill, akakuja, alafu sasa unajua nilimpita nikakaa hapo kando yake in this table. She was here. Alafu kaniangalia twice, na najuanga hiyo look. Mtu anakuangalia, after anakuangalia kwa like, ni umse. So aliniangalia hivyo, maana alikuwa mind blown, aliscream, na alikuwa na boyfriend yake. Aka scream, akakuja, I love you so much, ni. And then tulikuwa at cafe, aka end up kulipa bili yangu yote. Akaniambia vulana ni love nini. Akanibuy hadi gifts akanitumia nikiwa home the next day. So boyfriend yake sijui kama huo boys ako single side. Because now me, I would never take it. Really, I would personally.
You already have it.
Never ever. Me, you guy, come on. Hata ukiona leo Chris Brown nyamaza, chill. Can you just chill? Anything you want to tell him, tell me to tell him. So yeah, like hiyo ni moment ili blow mind yangu. Hadi nilikuwa like, now dem ameiva, si ati nini. Hadi nilikuwa like, damn. So yeah, man. Hadi nikasema hii nayo. Never ever imagine this would happen. So
completely paid for your bill.
Na nilikuwa peke yangu. Na nikakula hadi vile alisema, no, just take anything, I'll pay for everything. I was initially going to take something so simple, ka coffee tu na niende. But sasa amesema hivyo, njaa pia ikakam. So nika order ma steak, manini. Niliorder vitu zikazo zote hapo, unajua. So yeah, it's good, man.
Oh my days. Oh, that is so amazing. That is so amazing. Actually, moving forward, what's in the plans? What's the future for Power? Where do you see it and yourself a few years from now?
For Power, yeah?
Yes.
I see it as the biggest morning show because so many changes I know may happen in future. Now, personally nina grow na pia personally nataka kupeleka the brand Homeboy's Radio of course and the show Power Up to greater levels. So for me potentially hiyo show is so big that even I still don't know, but then now tunataka kuipeleka to another different level ikwe tuanze kupigana sama ina King'ang'i. Asubuhi mnaweza kupata mnaongelea magari kupata accident, but Maina King'ang'i will still be training because of relationship. So hapo ndo nataka mali tuifikishe sasa, unaona? So nataka hapo sasa Power Up inapigana, Power Up HBR na Maina zinapigana hapo, and of course nataka ku-make trick with the biggest morning show. Nataka kila mse ukiingia kwa mat, ukiingia wapi unasikia hii show. Unaona? Everywhere. So the future looks bright and najua ita work. We'll make it happen. Yeah.
Amazing. So any final words you'd like to give us as we wrap this up?
Yeah, like honestly speaking, where I'm at right now, if there's anyone, but the people who are watching this, one thing for sure is believe in yourself. Where jiamini tuju, even me for the things I've done and the places I've been, you can imagine like for the podcast, Sandwich Podcast, ilifika point mimi sikuwa nimeifly hata like kwenda hata Kisumu hapa chini ama coast. I've never flown before, but then watu wa Spotify walituhita kwa kasema we want to fly out to South Africa. Sikuwa na passport, sikuwa na anything, hata sikuwa najua tuenda wapi. So yeah, nikaenda nikafanya hizo vitu zote, nikaenda SA for it was an African Day but by Spotify. So yeah man, ilikuwa different, like imagine for the first time niko peke yangu, niko wapi hata sijui nasikia get D, sijui ni wapi. So like it was a big experience and it was different because nilikuwa nimemanifest. Nilikuwa nimesema kama ni kuboard a plane nitajibodisha mwenyewe, you get. So it's different. Alafu pia everything else tumefanya. Alafu there's so much more coming because of course nimekwambia nataka kuanza kufanya stand up comedy pia. Na si ati naifanya on the side, nitaifanya like iko something. Yeah, and doing more skits. I want to now do shows because I also write shows. I just know nafanya vitu more but siwezi mention zote. So I'm also writing different shows that will air once my production company is done. So kuna so much coming, especially so much content from my side, because I feel for me like purpose yangu hii dunia ni kupatia wase kitu kwa hapa, unaona, and also empower guys around me. Like I really love empowering creatives. Nikiona msee anafanya hii kitu na anataka kuipeleka further, passionate about it, kinda if I can help you in any way, come to Songe bas, unajua. So there's so much more in store, so much more coming. And yeah, like just people to continue consuming my content. Everywhere ninaitwa Tonio Kibz, and everywhere utanipata to just continue streaming everything around it. Your radio, podcast, my skits, and all that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. I have been Honey Petra with Tonio Kibz on Get to Know.